You have returned, as I knew you would, for the third installment of an Objectivist plays Bioshock. So far, we have faced and defeated Steinman, the sinister surgeon driven wild by his quest for aesthetic perfection. We met Tenenbaum, the psychologically conflicted geneticist, trying to make amends for the creation of her monsters. We have made a choice to save a little girl from a state of purgatory, condemned to roam the crumbling corridors of rapture, harvesting stem cells. Now she is free to enjoy her innocence. But as Andrew Ryan tells us, we all make choices, and in the end our choices make us. So what are we to become?
You're ready now. It's time to take on one of them big daddies. It won't be easy, but it's the only way to get to Little Sisters and the atom they carry.
There is another little sister ahead. To get the atom from her, you must deal with her big daddy first. How patriarchal. Here goes nothing. Trapped. Oh. Get her out of the way. My fate's here, blood girl. Mr. Bubbles is on fire. Fire bubble. Oh, I hear another big daddy. Is this one with a little sister? No. Then let's leave him alone. Oh, you do got that booty.
Are you almost back to emergency access? Come through as soon as you get there. You got Ryan's eye now. You won't hear him coming, but he'll be there before you know it.
I feel like I had Ryan's eye before this.
You're crawling! You're sick!
Oh.
5, 6, 7, 8, 7.
What's the matter, Mary? You look like you could use a boost.
I don't feel so great. I'm dizzy, I'm nauseous, and sometimes I'm even seeing things that aren't there.
That's just the plasmid blues, Mary. You just need to slow down a bit on the splicing. Before you know it, you'll be as right as rain. Remember, a smart splicer is a happy splicer.
Smart splicer is a happy splicer. Now these splicers seem neither very happy nor very smart.
How can I help?
Dear me.
I'm the goddamn doctor! Why are you dragging out your typical behavior for someone with
Doctor
your
Who?
condition?
Oh, another spontaneous combustion.
Security alert deactivated. Thank you for your patience.
I don't know how you managed it, but you did. through to Port Neptune now. I'm looking forward to shaking your hand.
Thank you for your patience. In the medical ward, is that a pun? I don't think Dr. Simon's patience thanked him. This is full of water. Here we go again. Pull my lever. To Neptune's bounty.
I want to think, but every time I do, I hear it.
How coquettish.
Now you had the pleasure of Andrew Ryan's company. Maybe he went mad. Maybe the power got to him. Maybe he just decided he didn't like people. Whichever way you slice it, good men died. Me family's in a submarine hidden in the Fontaine fisheries.
So smuggler has been crucified, held up by a rope. And what has he been smuggling? Bibles. And what do we have on the wall? The great chain that strong hands are holding. I believe that is a reference to the invisible hand, the concept that Adam Smith developed. Meaning that when people are united by a single goal, they move as if an invisible hand was guiding them. Adam Smith perhaps had in mind the invisible hand of God. Safety is everyone's responsibility. And then, I say, they weren't very responsible then, were they? Let's approach this woman.
My garden.
Your garden? Your garden is not very well maintained. Must be an English garden. Rose petals are falling from the ceiling. Fish out of water.
Whales! Give her to me!
Capital punishment is a small price to pay to protect all of our freedoms.
Show me your broken face, you metal piece of shit!
As long as they're not attacking me, I'll just mind my own business. Your child, another domestic.
Really?
You betcha. Ryan Industries had seen to it that their
This one as well?
bandits and terrorists. We all need it.
You'll be hanging from the street lamp, why not?
Extremely low on health, but that was an excellent shot, I would say. Let's rescue you.
No! 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 No!
You have shown kindness to my little one.
You saved me.
But are you really a friend to us? Regardless, a little one brings you a gift to demonstrate our appreciation.
A gift? Tenenbaum wants to reward you. The reward will be inside a teddy bear at a gatherer's garden. Is it a gift? Or is it an exchange? Here is our gift. So here is the fabled reward. The promise that Tenenbaum has made to make it worth our while. Let us determine whether she was telling the truth, or whether she was bluffing. So, the reward, if we were to calculate for harvesting 3 little sisters, would be 480 Adam at 160 Adam each. And Adam is the genetic material we use to evolve, so is quite precious. And for saving the little sisters, we get 240. That's 80 per little sister. Now, the gift that Tenenbaum has left us is 200 Adam, a hypnotized Big Daddy plasmid, and 12 armor-piercing rounds. So that leaves us with 440 Adam in total, along with the other benefits, of course. Now, if you compare the Adam benefits alone, it's 480 for harvesting versus 440 for saving. It does not seem to me that this is a meaningful choice. The difference is negligible. The Adam reward, therefore, cannot be seen as a significant driving factor in making either choice. And it is again worth emphasizing that you are rewarded with Adam for both choices that you make, whether you make the choice that is supposedly evil or the choice that is supposedly good. You are rewarded either way. But going forward, if you look at the other rewards that are included with this package, the armor-piercing rounds are very valuable, it must be said. Not necessarily in monetary value, which is about $50, but in terms of their scarcity. The hypnotized Big Daddy plasmid is harder to put a value on, but the average value of plasmids that you can purchase is about 60 Adam. So when all of this is considered, it makes the reward difference even more meaningless. The total Adam value of saving the little sisters is approximately 500 Adam. This compares to 480 for harvesting. Because you don't have a choice on what you spend 60 of that Adam on, it really does equal out to about the same. The reward system of this game has failed to demonstrate its values in any meaningful way. It has perhaps evidenced it through the emotional weight attached to either choice, but in terms of the reward system, the mechanics of the game, in fact there seems to be conflict. If there is such emotional weight attached to harvesting a little sister, why are you not penalized to the same degree? Why is your reward equal to that of saving the little sister?
We're putting all the bathyspheres in lockdown until further notice. Ryan had us install some kind of genetic device into the thing, so only Ryan and his inner circle will be able to use them without dispensation. But the boys tell me the keys are pretty unreliable. Sisters, cousins, anybody in the ballpark genetically will be able to come and go as they see.
So anyone in the genetic ballpark of Ryan can use the bathyspheres. I have been using the bathyspheres. That is what we have been using to transport ourselves from place to place. So why am I able to access them? And does Atlas know this? He has been asking me to use the bathyspheres without hesitation. Surely it should raise some concern for him if they have been locked down. Perhaps he is ignorant of that fact. Who can say?
Where? You'll have to fight me for her!
So heavy that the floor is shaking. Perhaps someone needs to go on a diet. So we have a locked door with another crucified person, perhaps tortured person inside. So what is the code?
personally to make this clear to you. You give us Fontaine and this whole filthy ring of his, and you'll be knocking back pints up at the Fighting McDonough's. But if you prefer to play the mule, we'll treat you like a mule. Give him a taste, Patrick. What's that? Change of heart, Timmy? Timmy!
Sounds like fun. Reminds me of one of my standard Tuesday evenings. But in relation to the game, it seems that Andrew Ryan had some kind of rivalry with Fontaine. Oh dear. And why is Fontaine hiding? Try out a new exploding buck. Excuse me. The choices to name the levels, Neptune's Bounty, etc., are probably quite referential to the way that Ayn Rand characterized things. She was always referring to Greek gods and the allegorical status that they held. Atlas Shrugged being a prime example of that, although he was a titan, not a god. I'm afraid. And you just ran through the fire.
No, 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 no. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who can blame a lady who craves variety?
A lady who craves variety. Is this the kind of variety that you crave?
And one
You can have it if you want it. It's all yours. Fontaine Fisheries entrance. So this is Fontaine's place. Are we to meet Fontaine?
Hold on ahead. Says you were looking for an invite to the fisheries. Nuts, I say. But if your heads up to the wharf master's office and find old Peach a research camera, maybe I could manage an invite. Well, what was that?
My research camera.
You are fucked.
I am. Backflips. Acrobatic.
I'm sending something first. Watch for us. Nothing's too tough for you. Look on the belt. You'll find something to keep you alive. Now, go get that camera, and then snapshots of those that crawls on the ceiling. Then I'll let you into the fisheries. Just remember, sonny friend, I smell an ounce of Fontaine on you, and I'll have you in a box. Atlas gives you the vouch, but I ain't turning my eye just on his say-so.
A smell of Fontaine on me. the person who's hiding in Fontaine Fisheries.
Fontaine's dead, and everybody knows it. In the ground for months, and half the place still jumping at his shadow. Christ, even Ryan. You never mind all that. We got work to do.
So Fontaine is dead.
Seems like old Peach knows where to find a research camera. He seems a decent enough sort. No doubt he'll wait until after you've done his errands to stick a shiv in your belly.
You think they're being double-crossed?
Who's there?
Oh, I don't know who's that. Who's there? It's only me.
I'll never stop chasing you! Never!
The Little Sisters Orphanage. In troubled times, give your little girl the life that she deserves. Boarding and education is free of charge. After all, children are the future of culture.
Free children's orphanage that gives them education. Now, in an objective society, giving something and expecting nothing in return would be suspect. A little bit. So, is it meant to be noble, or is it meant to be suspect in the Rapture universe? Corpse. Is he tied to the pipe and left to rot?
Something must be done about Fontaine. While I was buying buildings and fish futures, he was cornering the market on genotypes and nucleotide sequences. Rapture is transforming before my eyes. The great chain is pulling away from me. Perhaps it's time to give it a tug.
The great chain is falling away from Andrew Ryan. Judas's.
What's
Seems like the religious influence of the smugglers has been quite extensive. Andrew Ryan feels like his city is falling away from him because of Fontaine. And Andrew Ryan is going to tug on the Great Chain. But what does that mean? I suppose we have already seen that he has affected the free will of the citizens of Rapture. What else is involved? A man creates, a parasite asks, where's my share?
I saw one of these smugglers having a game of catching on the docks today. And this surprised me because his hands were crippled during the war. He was unloading the barge the other day when he was bitten from the sea slug. He woke up the next morning and he found he could move his fingers for the first time in years. I asked him if he still had that sea slug. As luck would have it,
Sea slug.
he did.
Darling Dasha, we don't know what has happened to you. Ryan's men have taken you away and said you are needed to save Rapture. Who needs a child to save a city?
7533. So they think their daughter Masha was potentially transformed into a little sister. Jesus loves you, does he? Where are you going? I'm over here. Stop, he's already dead. You're welcome. Another camera. What is this? Warning. High security measures enforced beyond this point. Central station monitoring and videotaping 24 hours a day.
Fellow is somebody to watch. Once he was just a menace, to be convicted and hung. But he always manages to be where the evidence isn't. He's the most dangerous type of hoodlum. The kind with vision.
So, Fontaine is slippery in some ways. He manages to evade detection, one might say. Crucifixes lying on the floor. Oh.
The research camera looks just like one you'd see topside. According to this magazine article I scrounged up, it can also analyze genetic information, parse biological structures, lots of other $5
A camera that can analyze genetic information. Sounds useful, but also sounds dangerous. Why is this place so heavily guarded? So much for that turret. Master of disguise. Oh, how do I? Jesus loves you, this you know. I met Jesus once. We didn't really get along.
Hanging now, is it? That's what we've come to now. Look, I don't make the laws here. I just enforce them. But I didn't come to
So it seems that some people in Raptor believe that Andrew Ryan has abandoned his principles and are rebelling over it. But do they side with Atlas? Or does Atlas have an ulterior motive? Are you attacking each other? Am I turrets? Having turret warfare? It's really quite hard to know whose side everyone is on. Are the splicers attacking us on the instruction of Andrew Ryan? Are they simply crazed? Are they after Adam? Who can we trust? All those Bibles and crucifixes. What is this? Oh, the ominous music is starting again. Interrogation room. This fishery is much more than it appears to be.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, they are weak, but he is strong.
Found the camera. Take pictures of enemies with the camera to research them. Each type of enemy has a unique set of research bonuses. Try taking a picture of the splicer on the other side of the window, keeping the subject centered and nearby.
Good, you got the camera. Now give me some snaps on those spider splicers, and don't come back down here till you got my research.
Some snaps for Peach. How's that for dragging it out? Is that quick enough for you? No. The way back is blocked. One other thing. What is the one other thing? She didn't sound too happy about it. Is her quest for scientific advancement standing in the way of her humanity? For discriminating tastes, the Oxford Club.
If things were bad enough, you have the research camera? Good. Guess it's time to get to work for old Peachy. Take the man's pictures, and let's get the hell out of this place.
I was actually listening to someone else before you rudely interrupted.
If things weren't bad enough, it seems that even our water system sprung a leak. Yep, that's right. Irrigation system in Arcadia is taking on seawater. I'll told Mr. Ryan when we were building this place. Either you build her like a bathtub, or she's going to turn into a sewer. No, McDonough, he said. We're not going to build no bathtub. We're going to build Eden.
Eden. And what happened to Eden? It fell.
Are you ever bringing old people in or just sightseeing?
As the respectable labs have all turned me away, I have turned to Fontaine smugglers in Portneuf. But they deliver, and they don't ask questions. They're all terrified. It wouldn't surprise me if he were soon running things down here.
It seems like Tenenbaum has not fully been able to shake her upbringing. You certainly get the impression that people who are ruthlessly willing to get ahead are the ones who are able to succeed at the expense of other people. Something funny? Thought not.
I met Ryan the day me and the lads were installing the bathroom plumbing up in his Posh Park Avenue digs. Wait, says he, what's with all the brass fittings? General contractor had me down for the tip. Well, I says, I suppose it's the contractor then who'll be bailing out your loo once a fortnight, is it? If it's price you're worried about, I'll be picking up the brass, so not to worry, Squire. And why would you be doing that, says he? Well, Mr. Ryan, profit or not, no man bails water out of privies built by Bill McDonough. Next day I finds out I'm Ryan's new general contractor.
So this is an interesting struggle, an interesting tension that there is in Rapture. People come to be artists and scientists and great creators, but at the same time, people engaging in the working class professions, if they have high standards and they are willing to never compromise on their work, will be promoted and will be successful. We have just seen that this particular character has been promoted to Andrew Ryan's circle of his closest confidants because Andrew Ryan saw in him that he was never willing to compromise on his standards.
The thought of me wife and child hiding in that filthy submarine makes me blood boil. Help me get them to safety and I'll be in your debt for life.
Help, help, help. Take, take, take.